the legendary exploits of Hans Ulrich Rudel, a titan of aerial warfare. In the annals of aviation history, there exist tales of extraordinary pilots whose feats transcend conventional measures of aerial prowess. Among them stands out by far the most formidable figure and most decorated pilot in recorded history of Hans Ulrich Rudel, a legendary aviator whose name became synonymous with unparalleled bravery and unimaginable achievements during World War II. Rudel's saga valor began in 1939, when he embarked on reconnaissance missions over Poland as an observer, marking the inception of a remarkable career in the skies. By 1940, he had transitioned to become a Stuka pilot, joining Flight Group STG-2. It was under the banner of Operation Barbarossa, the invasion of the Soviet Union on June 22, 1941, that Rudel's journey towards immortality truly commenced. The Junkers Ju-87 Stuka has secured its place in military history as one of the most formidable weapons ever conceived. Designed to solve the problem of delivering unguided bombs with precision, the Stuka was engineered to dive at extremely steep angles and high speeds, allowing its bombs to hit targets that conventional bombers could not accurately engage. Unlike many other dive bombers of World War II, which were often adapted from other aircraft types, the Stuka's unique vulture-like design made it the epitome of dive bombers. Employed in nearly every theater of war involving Nazi Germany and the Allies, the Stuka was exceptionally effective when the Luftwaffe had air superiority. Its ability to destroy ships, bridges and tanks with astonishing accuracy struck fear into the hearts of the Allies. Recognizing this psychological effect, the Germans added sirens, known as Jericho trumpets, to the wings, producing a terrifying howl that haunted survivors long after the attacks. In the beginning of Rudel's career, his exploits mirrored those of his peers, marked by moderate success. However, September of that year witnessed a pivotal moment that would forever etch his name in history. Participating in an assault on the Soviet battleship Marat, Rudel seized the opportunity presented by a missed bombing run from his flight leader. Diving lower than any Stuka pilot had dared before, he delivered a devastating blow that ignited the ship's forward magazine, resulting in the vessel's demise and the loss of 326 lives. This audacious act catapulted Rudel into the realm of legend, setting the stage for a series of extraordinary accomplishments. Over the subsequent 7 months, Rudel undertook a staggering 500 missions, averaging more than 2 sorties per day. On September 23, 1941, during another attack, Rudel spotted another battleship and, despite heavy anti-aircraft fire, dove again. Releasing his bombs at less than 1,000 feet, Rudel pulled out just over an unbelievable 10 inches above the water. The G-forces caused both him and his gunner, Alfred Charnovsky, to black out briefly. Albeit, Charnovsky witnessed the spectacular explosion as the battleship's rear magazine ignited, demolishing the ship and again claiming many lives. Rudel's commitment to the war was unparalleled, frequently taking off to attack Soviet forces. However, by the end of 1941, thick snow and supply chain issues grounded many Luftwaffe pilots, including Rudel, who had to fend off repeated attacks from fresh Siberian troops. After a brief leave in early 1942 to marry, Rudel was reassigned to a training unit in Graz, Austria. His skills were so respected that he was tasked with instilling them in new pilots. He received the Knight's Cross for his accomplishments. The dire situation on the Eastern Front saw him volunteer his training unit for the Caucasus campaign, leading to the Battle of Stalingrad. Rudel's extraordinary skill was evident as he completed his 800th operational mission in September 1942. His Stuka pilot's accuracy was crucial in striking Soviet troops in Stalingrad, often only a few hundred meters from German positions. By 1943, Soviet tank production, especially the formidable T-34, required the Luftwaffe to excel in anti-tank warfare. Rudel's participation in testing Ju-87, armed with 37mm anti-tank guns, was crucial in the final design. Returning to the Eastern Front, Rudel's effectiveness was highlighted during the Battle of Kursk, the largest tank battle in history. On the first day alone, he destroyed 12 Soviet tanks, showcasing remarkable accuracy. On November 25, 1943, Hitler personally awarded Rudel swords for his Knight's Cross after destroying his 100th tank, as well as his 1,000th combat mission. Having done over 1,000 combat missions in wartime is already such a staggering number that no other pilot in history can match, thus elevating him to a national hero, appearing in newspapers and magazines all over Germany, Italy, Romania, and Japan. Armed with two 600-pound cannon pods, Rudel's combat skills transformed the Stuka into a fearsome tank destroyer. Dubbed the Ju-87G, or Tank Cracker, this modified aircraft boasted formidable firepower capable of neutralizing armored targets with precision from the air. Rudel's mastery of this unconventional weapon turned the tide of battle, heralding a new era in aerial warfare tactics. On the 20th of March 1944, Rudel was forced to make a perilous landing behind enemy lines, leading to the unfortunate demise of his loyal comrade Hinchel. Rudel's unit operated north of Odessa when an inexperienced pilot came under attack by Soviet fighters. Rudel went after him and found the downed Stuka crew alive. Attempting a rescue, Rudel's aircraft became stuck in the soft, muddy ground, trapping him and his gunner, Erwin Hinchel, behind enemy lines. They tried to reach German lines, but Hinchel drowned during the escape attempt. Rudel, unwilling to be captured, escaped the Russians despite being hit in the shoulder, running hastily 30 miles back to German lines, further cementing his hero status. In one hair-raising instance, Hans-Ulrich Rudel's Flight of 19 Stukas was attacked by more than 100 P-51 Mustangs, yet Rudel's extraordinary leadership saved them from annihilation. 3 weeks later, Rudel was shot down over Latvia when his aircraft emerged from thick fog over a Soviet armored column. Remarkably, he escaped and within hours led an attack on that very same column. Later, after inspecting a destroyed tank, an anti-aircraft gun crew struck him in the leg, yet he managed to fly back to base, passing out from pain upon landing. By December 1944, Rudel's tally of sorties soared to 2,400, with over 460 Soviet tanks falling victim to his lethal precision. In recognition of his unparalleled valor, Hitler bestowed upon Rudel the highest accolade in the German forces, solidifying his status as a national hero. As 1944 ended, Rudel began flying ground attack versions of the Focke-Wulf 190, a more self-defensive aircraft. Despite this, he continued his work in the Stuka, earning him the title of tank-killing ace. Despite Hitler's repeated requests for him to stop flying, Rudel refused. On January 1, 1945, Hitler awarded him the unique golden oak leaves with swords and diamonds to his Knight's Cross, making him the Third Reich's most decorated man. Even Rudel's extraordinary exploits, however, could not alter Germany's dire situation as the Allies closed in from every direction. On February 8, 1945, Rudel led an attack against 13 Soviet tanks just 50 miles from Berlin, destroying all but one. As he targeted the final tank, bullets tore through his fuselage, wounding him again. After landing, he was taken to a hospital where doctors amputated his leg below the knee. Unbelievable as it sounds, after a leg amputation, Rudel returned to the skies a mere month later, claiming, yet unbelievable as it sounds, an additional 46 tank kills before the war's end, which added up to a total list of a staggering 506 tanks, 880 armoured vehicles, 2 battle cruisers and 7 airplanes, through which he was shot down 31 times and taken prisoner 4 times, of which he all 4 managed to escape. In short, a simply unbelievable list of achievements that no other pilot, soldier or general in history would even come close to. As the tide of war turned against Germany, Rudel faced a fateful decision on May 8, 1945, choosing to evade Soviet captivity by flying westward to US-controlled territory. His act of defiance ensured his survival, as American forces sheltered him from the clutches of his Soviet adversaries by refusing to hand him over to the Soviets. Throughout his illustrious career, Rudel's exploits transcended conventional measures of aerial warfare. His unparalleled courage and determination and unmatched skill made him a symbol of heroism and resilience in the heat of battle. Despite the passage of time, Rudel's glorious and unbelievable achievements are an unprecedented mark on aviation history that will gloriously endure into eternity.